Hello beautiful soul, welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here yet, I'm Wendilla, I'm your host for today and I can't wait to do this video of today. Please feel free to stick around in my channel as much as you want, watch as many videos as you want, and please like, comment, subscribe, share, and yes, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Today we are going to talk about something really important. I've been studying this for days and I can't wait to share with you this knowledge that has me really passionate. So we're gonna talk about the first law of the universe, which is the base that constitutes all the other laws, and this is the law of oneness. The law of oneness states that everything is connected through creation and everything that exists is part of this source of consciousness, this source of energy that constitutes absolutely everything and that connects everything that has existed, that exists now, and that will ever exist in the future. This is amazing, fascinating, and I can't wait to get into the video with you, so let's go. We're gonna start with an example, okay? Like you being a child one time, you know? I was a child one time, and the thing is, like, when you are a child, when you're born, you know this, you know it by intuition, and anyone that carries you, being the doctor, a nurse, your parents, your mom, or a stranger, you feel that great feeling of connection. You feel like you are part of everything and everything else is part of you, and you don't feel afraid. You just know you know that you are alive, you are grateful, you are happy, you are exploring, you are just discovering life. And as a child, we all had this experience. Me as a child, I grew up in Brazil, and I must say that, for example, I grew up without my parents. Like my father, I never met him. We was separated from the beginning, but I kind of like never judged this, and I never like kind of like I knew I was part of something way bigger than just a family, you know. I was kind of like always playing around and in the forest, and I observed like the wind, the leaves, the birds, the animals, everything, and it's kind of like this is my earth, I'm here, and everything is connected, and I kind of knew that. And as we are starting to grow up, we kind of like start to judge, like, why do I not have a parent, or why do I know I'm not accepted? So we start to feel judged in a way, and we start to compare ourselves with other human beings, and sometimes we feel disconnected from this amazing source of oneness. And this is when a child in a process of being teenager start to feel separated, start to feel a bit insecure, and start to somehow forget that we become to this source of energy, this one source that is part of everything, and everything else that exists within this source. So as an adult, we also experience some things that we don't really feel comfortable with, or we believe in society or in culture. We create a certain systems of beliefs that sometimes disconnect us from these universal truth, that is that we are all one and we are all connected within each other, within nature, within everything that exists, literally, even anything that kind of material things, it all exists based in this source of energy. And there is an energy so potent that constitute and create this, and everything that exists is within it. So it's very hard to remember that we become to this one thing and that we are all one. And to be honest, all religions states this, even starting for Christianity, when Jesus say, I'm the Father, I'm the Son, and I'm the Holy Spirit. Continues for the Taoism, that constitutes that we are all the same as well, that we are all one, and this one thing powerful that constitutes everything is the most amazing thing, and it cannot even be described because it's eternal and is the nothing that constitutes the whole of everything. So I made some notes today so I won't get lost while I'm explaining this to you, but I'm sure you can understand this perfectly, because you as me, we've been a child and we remember how is powerful this feeling of connection that we have with the whole. An example of this is that, for example, you as a one person, you really can have all the skills in the world, you can be so great at what you do, but if you don't work in a team, if you don't connect with other persons in society, if you don't understand how more powerful you are by connecting and somehow creating a team and working in together, you will never get really the results that you could get in life. Because it's like, if you have one brick, you can never build nothing, it's just one brick. But if you have 2 billion bricks, you can do a school, a building, a farm, anything that you want to do, a bridge. You can really create anything. So it's the same example with us, humanity. We are all one, and being together, working together, putting our skills together in order to a bigger project is the fact and the way how we can achieve many more things, and we can get success more quicker, and we can help each other, because our skills alone are nothing without, you know, all the rest of the whole humanity. But we are not just connected with each other as human beings, we are also connected to nature, to the animals, to even, you know, things that theoretically are not alive, like rocks and all that kind of stuff. Let me explain this a bit in depth. Like, there is a saying that they say, you are what you eat, right? And why is this? Like, when you eat a banana or you eat a mango, pick whatever you like the most, you become that, because you use that to get energy, and this energy you use it for yourself. So when you eat the mango, you become the mango. When you eat the banana, you become the banana. So this fruit of this vegetable, this aliment is also you in a way. So it happens the same thing when you eat a cow, when you eat a chicken, or when you eat any kind of meat or processed food or even fish. You become that, you absorb that energy, and that energy becomes you. This is so important, and is one of the reasons why I became vegetarian. And it's no, I'm not gonna say that it's really bad, but I'm saying that, for example, you absorb the energy of that you're eating, and animals has emotion as us human beings. For example, a cow growing up in a farm, she will feel really sad when one of the farmers die. She will cry, doesn't matter where she is, she will cry because she's sad. And literally, when this cow is used for alimentation and for food, the person that ingests this meat is also digesting all the emotion that the animal had in the past, and these emotions are becoming part of you, of your system. And this is the reason why I stopped to eat meat. I saw a video of Saint Guru explaining this, and I thought it was so deep. And to be honest, as I start to eat meat, I stopped to eat meat, I feel so much better with myself, with my body, with my emotions, and with absolutely everything, because at the end of the day, you are what you eat, and you get the energy of what you eat. So this is one thing for you to understand, that you are one with your environment, with your food, with your alimentation, with everything. And this law is so important, because when you have conscience about everything, that you are one with everything, is literally everything that you do, you think, or you believe has an effect in the whole of the universe. Let's put this example. Like, we see a lake, yeah? And you throw a little rock in the lake, and you think like it's not big the effect that it does, but you know, the waves that produce that rock that you throw goes around and around, and it takes a while till it disappears. This means that you have produced a difference in the lake only by throwing away a little rock. And even though you're not conscious about it, or you don't want to see it, or you think it's very small, that has an effect in the whole of the lake, in the whole of the river, or whatever you throw this rock. And this is essential, and this is what happens with every single thought that you have, with every single emotion, with every single belief. Everything is related with the whole of everything else. Like, for example, the persons that are around you will feel your frequency, and that will produce an effect in them. And this, you know, this is how we can change another people, by changing our beliefs first. Or, you know, we affect with everything that we do, and other people, and even another things. Like, this is why it's so important to be conscious about the things we do, the things we say, how we act, and etc. Because as one person, you can believe that all you do, it has no like a big effect, but as a whole, as a, you know, society, a human being, it does, because it's literally affecting everything else in the universe, because you are connected, we are connected, we are all one. I'm not saying this from nothing. I studied this from starting from Hermes Trismegistre, that it was you know, back in the history. And right now there is a quantum physics as well that kind of like explain this consciousness or this law of oneness in a way that is related with physics, which is related with science, which is every day more and more getting into analyze these quantum particles that exist inside the atoms, and they are getting smaller and smaller, and behind these particles exist a nothing that constitutes everything. Even in the solid things that you believe is solid, like you touch this board and you believe is solid, the particles that constitute this board, if you go in depth and in depth, are constituted by a nothing that is organizing all of this, and this is called the 0-point energy field that constitutes everything. And this 0-point energy field is also related with the consciousness that in the past the mystics had experienced, and they say that experience like kind of like they can have access to this energy. You know, we cannot really access to it with our 5 physical sense or with our conscience. We need to get into way more than that, and it's like subconscious. You know that your life is run by subconscious. Like, you can, everything you think and everything that you are conscious about is only a 10% of your potential. Everything else, the 90% rest, is governed by unconscious. So this field has to do with all of this as well. It's like the human brain is actually a receiver. Like your conscience, your memories and stuff, they say that it doesn't really, like, this is modern studies, quantum physics, you know, many doctors, I will link up the links with the reference of where I took this information from, but it's basically they saying that the brain is only a receiver, that we have a conscious that exists more, you know, in depth, more, is not in the brain, but it's kind of like we have access to all this information that we pick it up, like if we was kind of like a tower of receiving information, like from our brains. It's not like we are creating it, you know, it's like we are receiving. So as human, we have consciousness, and our consciousness is connected somehow with the conscious field of the universe, because the universe that constitutes everything, you and me and the nature and the earth and all the planets and all the stars and all the atoms that exist inside our body as well, all this consciousness is coming from the universe, and we have access to it through our own consciousness. So this is kind of like so important, and we can't forget that to have access to this consciousness, we need to train the mind, we need to adapt ourselves to focus and concentrate better, to kind of like concentrate in our breathing, to meditate a bit more, and to understand that our body, this physical body that you see, is nothing but an expression of life creation of this consciousness in this earth, in this time, and in this space. But it's more or less than this time, in this space exists a quantum field that is sharing information with this space that we have right now, and somehow is creating for us whatever we are expecting, feeling, or wishing, or imagining. Because there is the material world that is scientific has already proved that matter is actually nothing. Matter is nothing. Like, matter is only organized by this more, let's say, a big source of intelligence, and behind the matter exists a particle that is created by nothing, and this is where the quantum field exists, like the quantum intelligence, the consciousness that constitutes everything exists. And this is literally, it's me, you, and it's everything else. So I think with this you have a great understanding of it. Also, there is like a primacy of consciousness. This states that consciousness is primary. Without consciousness, we will not exist. We will not even be able to analyze the reality that we live in. And this reality can be changed if we start to change our mind, our mindset, or the way we think, the way we act, exactly for the same example that I put at the beginning, because we are all connected. Even when we forget about it and we kind of like feel bad, we have angriness, we have kind of like feelings that are a little bit like, you know, we kind of like feeling that we are disconnected from all of this. We are never disconnected. Like, this is always with us. This energy always loves us. This energy always is caring about us, because it is us. Like, literally, we cannot be disconnected from this. And it doesn't matter if you believe it, if you don't believe it. Like, literally, there is nothing that you can do, because this is just what it is. Like, I will, of course, leave you a link of all this information, where I took it from. I read a couple of articles, and also there is the book Becoming Supernatural of Joy Dispenza. Joy Dispenza is a neuroscientific that talks about this so much, and you know, without him I will never be explaining this to you. Also Deepak Chopra, Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor, many authors, believers, gurus of the law of attraction that, well, states this. And, well, as I told you, the law of attraction is only one of the laws. The law of oneness is the one that kind of like is the beginning. Everything starts in there, okay? So I want to thank you so much for, you know, stick to this video, listen to this information, and for being around. And guys, thank you so much. Keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, of course, and help me out to make this information get out to as many people as we can, so we can develop the best version of ourselves, and we can know how to use all these laws of the universe in benefit of our own life and the life of others as well. Because remember, we are all one. Oh, and there is as well this amazing song of Bob Marley, like, one love, one life, let's get together and feel alright. And that's all that I want to say you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.